out the shower, dress for success. Pick up my phone and send you a text. I send them on my way, you text me back, okay. I get to your house and you're looking so sexy. Girl, you know we can do anything you wanna do. We can go to the mall, we can go by the bar.
We're here with Big Wade here, and with Versatile Studios, is that correct?
That is correct, my friend.
Okay, all right. Who was the mentor, or the person, the inspiration that got you started with music?
I would say, if we would go back, like my mom and my grandma and grandfather, and you know what I'm saying, family basically. And I was that little kid running around the church beating on the church pews, you know what I'm saying, when I was little. So I mean, that would be probably the first inspiration would be that. My grandfather would always buy me guitars, you know what I'm saying, and I would beat on the guitars like I was doing something, right, like B.B. King, you know what I'm saying. But okay. And my mom would always hide them, you know what I'm saying, because it was loud. But yeah, that's what I would say, family, man. Musician-wise, Luigi Waits, the late great Luigi Waits, you know what I'm saying. Preston Love also, late great Preston Love. Leland Mickles plays the keys here in Omaha. Taught me a lot, you know what I'm saying. Fred Dixon Jr., you know what I'm saying, taught me a lot on the keys and stuff like that. So those are just some names right off the top of my head, but I learned from a lot of cats, you know what I'm saying. Craig Franklin, just a lot of keyboard players and drummers, you know what I'm saying, because I played the drums first. And
really?
Then, yeah.
So you started out with the drums then? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I started out with the drums. I was all about the drums. But the thing that got me to play the keys, I was in high school, and it was me, my boy Jay, and Arthur Youngblood, you know what I'm saying? And we wanted to do the school talent show. We all play the drums, you know what I'm saying? So we had to do something else. Like, we couldn't just get up there with all drums. So, you know, they asked, do we have any other instruments? I had a little keyboard at home, you know what I'm saying? And my boy Arthur had a bass at home, you know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what started the band, you know what I'm saying? And that's what started me playing the keys a little bit.
We can just chill and go to the movies. Girl, it don't matter as long as you're here. Shines upon your face, you're so beautiful, and I can't wait to hold you in my arms and say I love you.
Really in the business, I would say probably about 19.
About 19?
About 19 years old.
Okay.
When I first got
when you were 19, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, I guess, what would you say some of your highlights are of playing and production and those types of things in the music, with music?
Well, I would say, I guess playing wise, you know, I played for, let's see, Al Green, Life Jennings, Day 26, Carl Thomas, Jagged Edge. Those are just some big names or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But Layla Hathaway, you know what I'm saying? People like that. There's a lot more. There's a lot more. But and I would say production-wise, I produce a lot of stuff, just everywhere, man. A lot of independent artists, a lot of industry artists, Dead Prez, you know, and a lot of up-and-coming artists. Like when I first started like playing with big names and stuff like that, it didn't feel real. Like, you wouldn't realize until afterwards. You'd be like, wow, I'll just, you know what I'm saying? I just played with such and such, they sold 1 million records, you know what I'm saying? But the biggest thing, the coolest thing is, I guess, meeting people like that, you know, meeting just all types of different people, and you get to see that everybody is the same. Like, everybody is regular people, you know what I'm saying? You see them on TV and you think, you know, this or that about a person, but you know, they're just like you and me, you know what I'm saying?
I like that. I like that. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Man. Midwest, Omaha, with the whole scene of music.
Right.
Do you feel like it's there where it needs to be at for the soul and urban and hip hop culture? Do you feel like it's growing? Do you feel like, you know, how do you feel about that?
People in Omaha are starting to realize they got to get outside of Omaha. It would be lovely, you know, if there was a market here, like say in Houston or LA or in Miami or something, where there's 1 million+ people, to where you could sell 100,000 units in your city, you know what I'm saying, right. And be all right. Internet is the way to go, you know what I'm saying. And so I think I'll say hip hop in Omaha is doing good. You know, there's some real good artists that's getting a lot of buzz. As far as urban, like soul, it's a small community. As far as music, man, it's us. You know what I'm saying? It's the last few, man. So I mean, but I will say, and I'm proud to say, you know, we started that movement here. You know what I'm saying? As far as putting out soul, R&B, you know what I'm saying, like real dirty, real grassroots. Yeah,
right. That's
kind of like a rebel against your poppy R&B or your bubblegum hip hop. When it comes down to something that I feel good about, or something that I can be like, yeah, man, we did that. It'll be like something that makes you, that you feel. You know what I'm saying? I gotta come from a church background when it comes to music. You know what I'm saying? So gospel is all about feel. You know, and my pops was like, he listened to blues and stuff like that. So it's all about feel. And so I make music that you can feel. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're sitting in the church and you get that tingle down your spine, y'all know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? That's music. Music is real powerful.
Looking so sexy, that brown thick thing, like a young Tyra Banks. Ooh, baby, strawberries and champagne. When we get to the penthouse, I'ma make it rain. Not dollars, more like bottle. Fiji, Aquafina. Girl, I'm gonna please you. Do it in the elevator, bathroom and kitchen table. We can do it anywhere. Baby, I'ma get you there. Rub your back real slow, kiss you all over, then I'ma get low. Then we can watch the sunrise wherever you like. Baby, let's when the sun shines upon your face. You're so beautiful. And I can't wait to hold you in my arms and say
sing, edit, engineer, produce, keys, drums, you know, daddy, husband, brother, you know, friend. But yeah,
so for future wise, you know, with all those different roles and everything else, you know, where do you see Big Wade going?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, man, at the end of the day, my biggest goal, man, is to write like for like a symphony, like write like a symphony, you know what I'm saying? Like write a score for a big symphony, man. I want to do that, man, and make it like 20-30 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Like 30 minutes long, man, and have a big show. And, you know, make it nice, man, with all the instruments and everything, man.
Okay.
I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like France or something, I don't know.
Right. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
But yeah, that's the big goal, man.
Me and you have talked about this. What was your CD about, man? What was the name of your CD?
The CD, yeah, the CD I got out now.
That conversation that me and you had.
Right. The CD.
That's real talk right there.
Yeah, because it's titled I Made It. And the reason I titled it that, you know, because there's so many, you know, illusions about making it in the music industry. You know, you think, you know, a lot of people think that you gotta be on TV, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be selling 1 million records or whatever, but I titled it I Made It because I do this full time, you know what I'm saying? I do music. I make, you know, I feed my kids, you know what I'm saying? I feed my kids, I do this 24/7, this is my job, you know what I'm saying? And so I put, you know, the title is I Made It because, in my eyes, I made it. You can't tell me nothing different. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta be on BET. I made it right now. If I make it on BET, that's extra. That's what's up.
Appreciate your time, man. Thanks for having us out to the studio.
Hey,
Versatile, right?
Thanks for having me. You know what I'm saying? Versatile Entertainment. Last few in the building, Big Wade. You know what I'm saying? Go get that. I made it on iTunes, please. You know what I'm saying? And look forward to the next one. You know what I'm saying? And you'll definitely hear about that this year.
What are some of the key things that you feel like people need to know or should know about being an artist?
Right. I would say the biggest thing is to have a plan and to be prepared to do it yourself. The research, do the research. You know, put a budget together. You gotta do that yourself. I'm gonna say the biggest mistake that you know, young artists do, or they sit back. I'll say young talented artists, because it's the talented ones that don't do it for themselves. You know what I'm saying? They sit back and expect somebody to do it for them, and it's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's 1 in a million, for real. You know what I'm saying? So you'll be better off working at McDonald's or going to the Daily Pay, standing in line, you know what I'm saying, to get your little dough or whatever and stack your money, go to the studio, pay for your time, you know what I'm saying, be prepared when you go, and, you know, have a plan when you get your album done, know what you're gonna do with